I mean, this process is ridiculous. How can a person just come there and say, just wait, and then we'll tell you how bad he is?
Some people living in Kindred, North Dakota, reached out to our whistleblower hotline after they say a sex offender moved into their neighborhood without his threat level determined yet, meaning he could be deemed a high-risk offender, but that might not be decided for months. That prompted Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter, Bailey Hurley, to look into who makes these decisions and why it takes so long.
Well, it angers me. I mean, that's like putting a rattlesnake pit in your backyard, you know. I mean, it's just waiting for something bad to happen.
Receiving this notification from the Cass County Sheriff's Department was not what people in Kindred wanted to see, especially those like Johnson, who live just down the street from the Minnesota-based offender.
But just the thought of having him in the community just makes you sad that they have to be there.
But what made Johnson and his neighbors scratch their heads the most? The offender's risk level, undetermined.
I mean, we know it's bad, right? Obviously, he's registered, but the categorization of it is left unknown, and we won't know for months.
Kleinwachter was deemed a low-risk offender in Minnesota, but that doesn't mean he'll be the same here. However, determining how big of a threat he is to the public could take as long as 4 months.
Basically, their process is broken. There is no standard to relocate these people from state to state, which to me seems that there's something wrong with that. Why could another state just give us their issues without asking?
And despite popular belief, it's not the Cass County Sheriff's Department who determines what an offender's risk level is, rather a committee with the Attorney General in Bismarck.
And so, you know, in those times where we're waiting to get that risk level assessment back, it is, you know, somewhat of a hindrance for us.
I think there should be an application process for somebody like this to move into a new community, because right now we are stuck with a person that they have not categorized yet, and we have to wait months for that to happen. So basically they place them here and they say, we'll tell you how bad it is.
But Sheriff Jesse Johnner says the best way to speed up the process is simply just states having their paperwork better prepared.
It really comes down to how efficient can states be amongst each other to get this information from state to state, so that the state that this person's going to reside in can make a quicker assessment in reference to the risk level.
And because offenders can travel outside county and state lines for certain amounts of time without giving a heads up, Johnner urges you to remain vigilant at all times, not just because an offender moves to your block. And although Kleinwachter's assessment hasn't been done yet, Johnner says that doesn't mean the Sheriff's Department isn't monitoring and checking in with him or any undetermined offender. In Kindred,
they have to go somewhere. It's just unfortunate that he ended up here.
Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
This story came to us through our whistleblower hotline. So if you want us to investigate an issue or concern in your community, call us 237-6576 and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to find the truth.